Chrissy.
And I'm Rachel, and we're from the Chattanooga Public Library.
And today we are going to be making DIY wind chimes with a very special guest. So, special guest, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jane Barnell. Yes, the last name is the same as this one. I'm her mother. I'm also a teacher with Hamilton County Public Schools. I teach at Chattanooga School for Liberal Arts. The DIY wind chimes actually are as a result of just finding stuff that's lying around in drawers that's pretty cool and you want to do something with it.
Yes, so I'm so excited to have my mother as our special guest today. And so what we're going to do is she's going to go over the supplies and the instructions, and Rachel and I are going to learn with her. And by the end, we're going to have some amazing wind chimes to hang up. So let's get going. Okay, guys, so we're going to go over some supplies or potential supplies for your DIY wind chimes. So I'm going to let my mother take over and go over some potential supplies.
All righty. It's basically whatever you have around your house. Some of the items that I have found that might be interesting to include on the wind chimes are some old pieces of jewelry, that maybe a single earring or an old pin that you don't use anymore. Some items from the kitchen, especially anything that has a china sound to it, is going to be really helpful when you are putting it somewhere where the wind's likely to blow. You may have some of these kind of items around your house as well. We have a couple of cats that have to have a yearly rabies shot. So we have quite a little collection of cat tags, and those also are made of metal, so they make a really good noise. Some other little items that are around our house, anything that's going to catch the light, some old items from Christmas ornaments or from ceiling fans, pull tags, or things that you don't use anymore. Keys are great. We have quite a key collection. Never can seem to throw them away. Even a few from different trips to Hilton Head or other vacation spots when keys were actually used. These actually were found on the beach with a metal detector, so that makes it pretty cool too. We also pulled a bunch of spoons. My grandmother collected spoons, and everybody brought her those spoons from different places. Some of them I don't have a clue of where they came from. For example, here's a spoon with the name of Yvonne. We didn't have a Yvonne in the family. I have no idea where that came from. But basically, it's whatever you have lying around your house, in a drawer, a toolbox. Don't throw it out. It could become a treasure for your wind chime.
Okay, perfect. So I'm so excited to get ours started. Rachel, what kind of supplies do you have that might catch the light or make fun noises?
Well, I didn't think about items that catch the light. I may have to come back and figure out what I have around my house that might do that. But I have a lot of old jewelry. I used to wear this every day in like middle school and high school. It's like a fake pocket watch kind of locket thing. And like, I don't wear it anymore, but that's like a perfect thing to, you know, keep it around and have it do something useful. And also I love keys. I love weird old keys. And I had to make sure that these keys in my collection did not actually, you know, go to something. I almost threw in my little collection a key that actually does go to a lock that I have. So I had to take that out. I also have this really cool old skeleton key that I got like at an antique store. So
I couldn't part with them. I put those back in the drawer. I don't know why, but I can't part with them.
We love skeleton keys. Like I have a bunch hanging on my wall in my bedroom that my grandmother gave me, and I was like, oh, I could bring no.
Okay, we also need to go over a few supplies that you're going to need to create your wind chime or your decorative item that you're going to hang. It doesn't always make noise, but first of all, you need some kind of a apparatus that's going to hold all of your items. We found an old embroidery hoop. One thing that is important is that it's metal, so it's going to hold the weight of things. You want to try to make sure that whatever you have is going to hold whatever weight that you add to your wind chimes. Secondly, you're going to need both scissors and potentially some needle nose pliers. Some of those old pieces of jewelry may have a slip ring that you would have to open and attach. So those needle nose pliers could be handy. And finally, something to attach all of your items on. We're using today fishing wire, but other items could be used, such as embroidery floss, to hold the different items that are attached to the wind chimes. One item that could be used along with those necklaces, you could also use the chain that is on the necklace, and that would be where you would apply the different slip rings. So that's a possibility too.
All right, so I guess we are ready to get started.
Your first step is to cut several lengths of fishing wire. It can be various lengths. I usually cut them about a yard each.
So why don't I do that?
And while Chrissy cuts those, then I will start on the first one. The item that you attach to the bottom of your fishing wire is going to be the item that should be the heaviest. So my item for my first fishing item is this decorative spoon that I think came from a Chinese restaurant that's no longer in business. So this is kind of a cool little memento. And it's going to be the anchor of my first attachment. I'm going to tie 2 or 3 knots just to hold it very well. And as you can possibly even hear a little bit with my finger hitting it, it's going to make a really nice noise hitting other things. Trim all of these extra pieces at the end, but there's my anchor item that has been now attached. You want to spread about or leave about 3 inches in between the items, and then it's just your choice. What do you want to add with this? Do you want to have a theme running? For example, you want a piece of china on the end of everything, followed by a key, followed by a piece of jewelry, or it can just be a hodgepodge of things. It's basically your choice. It's your creation. I'm going to go with a key next because I love keys. And I'm going to pick this really old hotel key because I doubt this would even open anything anymore. But there's the first 2 items on my wind chime, this length. I need a name for this, for its first leg. How about that? We'll call it the leg. So I have a china piece. I have a key. Let's follow that with some type of jewelry. I think I've got 2 rather large items. So I think I might go with this old earring. Slip your piece of fishing wire through, hold it at about the spot that you want, and then you have to tie a knot, slip through.
Do you double knot it, or? Usually
I double knot it because fishing wire can easily come unknotted. So usually I do double knot. Okay, so there's 3 items. And I need something to finish it off before, because I want to leave about 3 inches at the top to be able to attach it to the item that I'm going to attach all things to. For in our case is a metal embroidery hoop. I'm going to go with this old tennis racket charm. Chrissy, I think your dad won this once upon a time in his tennis playing days.
Ooh.
Okay, so there's my first leg that's going to be attached to the ring. So I'm going to set it aside. It's finished.
With the earrings, do they have, if you were trying to attempt to attach them to like an actual jewelry chain, what would you recommend? Because that's what I'm running into my problem here.
That's where you're going to need your needle nose pliers. I don't have one that has that item on it, but most of the time on the end of earrings it has a slip ring. Use your needle nose pliers to open that slip ring, attach it on the chain, and then use it to seal it back up. So this would be one that I could use. It takes a little bit longer, and you want to definitely clamp it pretty solidly to make sure that it's going to stay.
Okay. I think my problem is the earrings I have here don't have that slip ring.
Does it have the earring hook on it?
One of them does.
Do you have pliers?
Yes.
then you can literally make your own ring from that. So that's what I would.
And as I look at mine, I'm looking at it and I'm deciding, I didn't get one of my cat tags on here. And so this will be a good opportunity to show you how you could use the needle nose pliers. I'm going to just hook it on the bottom of the earring. And a bit of mashing. And that's going to attach now I've attached the little cat tag onto the earring, so it actually makes it a little double layer there.
Okay, my key's not laying flat. Is that okay? I'm just pointing out. Mine didn't work.
Well, that's also an area where you could, because you've got this really interesting part in the middle, you could attach something else to it that might actually pull it down. How about maybe one of these skeletal keys? Could that?
Like, oh, you lost me.
You may have to cut another piece of.
Oh, okay. I see.
To attach the two.
Oh, I like that.
But it could be kind of keys in tandem.
I just really like this key. Look at this key. It's so strange.
Yeah, I saw that in the original shot, and I was like, I want that key.
It's from room 1561 from the Winfield. Oh, cool. And it says this side up. You literally put the key in.
This side up.
Not this way, this way.
So cool.
I don't know where the Winfield is.
I feel like this has to be like a British thing.
It's potential.
Yeah.
Potentially something that your grandparents brought back. You know, your grandmother was a key hoarder as well. We've all inherited it.
Yes, we have.
That's going to be a great noise maker.
Yes, it is. It's very loud.
But it also, if you want to look at it from the subject matter, we have a teacup and a teaspoon. It all fits.
Oh.
All right, as you are attaching, and Chrissy, I'm going to get you to hold on the side that I'm not.
Wait, let's go. There it is.
You're going to use the open end of your fishing wire. And I'm left-handed, so this is actually working backwards for me. And again, tie the knot several times to make sure that when you hang it, that it's not going to fall and come unknotted. So that should be enough. The main thing about it is kind of an area of balance. So the other side, you want to attach something that's going to be weighted about the same. Ooh, otherwise, it's going to tilt one way or the other, or list.
Yeah, that one, and this one's our heaviest one.
That's the heaviest one. I would say probably the one with the, this one, the spoon.
On the other side.
On the other side. And there's always, after you get it on, you can attach additional items that might anchor it a little bit easier.
So far.
The next two will be attached on either side. And then you can always scoot them around. So like, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be symmetrical. If I decide I want 5 strings, I can always just kind of scoot these around to be a little bit equidistant. Awesome. The last step that you want to do, and this is also another item that you can use, either chain or fishing wire, but you're going to attach to actually be able to hold it. And again, you want to make sure that you attach from both ends so that you have an item in the middle. A lot of times on that, the item in the middle, I will put something that clamps it. These items that are, again, these little cat tags are good, that have the ring that you can clip so that when you're hanging it on your porch or outside, you have something to grab hold to.
Or indoors, you know.
Oh yeah, it can be an indoor.
I think, Rachel, I think yours should be indoor. It's looking like.
It has to be indoor because I don't have a metal hoop.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yes.
All right. Well, very good. So we're going to continue to work on ours. And Rachel, you're going to take a picture, and we're going to take a picture of ours and put it at the end of this video. So thank you so much, Mother, for teaching us how to make these awesome wind chimes. And I can't wait to see the finished product.